I've been building my very own SaaS products for the past 3, almost 4 years, completely on the side while working my full-time day job. And the number one question that I get asked is, when are you going to quit your day job to go all in on building your own business and building your own SaaS product? And the thing is, I actually think that 99% of developers should not quit their day job to go all in on building their SaaS product. I know a little bit of a contrarian opinion to what's out there where people are like, you got to go all in, all or nothing. But hear me out. I think I make some pretty good points, so you should listen to what I say, because I really do think that the vast majority of developers are going to be better off working a full-time job and trying to build their own business on the side instead. So let's get into it. Now, reason number one why I think 99% of developers should not quit their day job to build their own business, their own SaaS product, is the fact that it is never as easy as it looks on the surface. On social media right now, you're going to see tons of people talking about how easy it is to scale to 10K, 100K, $1 million of recurring revenue. Oh my God, it's so simple. I should be able to do that. And especially for developers, I think oftentimes they're going to look at a certain product and be like, oh, I can build that tool in literally a weekend. It's such an easy thing to build. But number one, building a working MVP is completely different from building a full grade production ready application. It takes way longer than just a weekend. And number two, building is honestly never the hard part. I've said this many times in multiple videos in the past, but really in this day and age, building the actual piece of software is not the hardest part of building a business. The marketing and the distribution is the actual hardest part. And that's the part that 99% of developers have absolutely no experience doing. I mean, just think about it. How many developers out there do you think have multiple GitHub projects opened up where they have a full code base of a working application, but absolutely zero users, absolutely zero revenue? Yeah. Tons of them. That's the norm. So really, it is never as easy as it looks. Actually, in my opinion, I think that coding and building a business are two completely different skill sets, but oftentimes a lot of developers actually mix those two up and think that coding is exactly the same as building a business or being an entrepreneur. It's really easy to think that just because you are good at coding, you should also be good at building a business. Because if you look at some of the biggest businesses out there in the world these days, they're tech companies. So people are like, oh, the biggest part of this is coding. No, it's not. The marketing, the distribution, that part is totally unsolved for the vast majority of developers. I do believe that they are tangentially related skills in business, but they're not direct substitutes for one another. It's almost like saying that just because you're good at coding will make you good at building your own business, building your own SaaS product business. It's almost like someone saying that just because they're good at ping pong, they're going to be good at playing tennis. Kind of similar, some skill set transfer, but not one-to-one direct substitution. I mean, think about it. If anyone else you know was like, hey, I'm going to go out and become a pro tennis player, even though they've never really played tennis in their life, you would think that they're insane. And in my opinion, I think that a lot of developers who have actually never gone out and tried to build their own business on their own is kind of insane for trying to quit everything, tossing away their steady, stable income to go all in and building their own product if they've never done it before. I really think most developers will benefit from getting a couple of reps in of trying to build their own product while working their day job before quitting everything and going all in, because it's a completely different skill set, a completely different game that you are playing. Now, the second reason why I think that 99% of developers should not quit their day job to go out and build their own business is the fact that most of the issues that you run into will not be solved with more time spent. One of the biggest reasons that developers give for quitting their full-time job is that they believe that by dedicating more time into their business, they're going to see more success. And logically, it makes sense. More input, greater output. Now, that may be true for coding and developing, but that is not the case for building, growing, marketing, distributing your business. Because I really believe, especially over the past 3 to 4 years of building like 12, 13 different SaaS products at this point, in the early stages of building a business, there's a lot of wait and see involved, particularly with the marketing side of things. Now, like I said, engineering is one of the few exceptions out there where more input allows you to have more output. But I also think that a calculation is changing drastically and has changed drastically with the creation of AI coding tools. Now you can code faster than ever before with the help of AI. But now with marketing, it is still a completely different beast that is not necessarily correlated with time spent. Like, let's look at SEO, for example. That's the ultimate wait and see game. That could take a month for you to start seeing some results on the SEO improvements. Now, organic social media, trying to go viral on social media, that takes a lot of time too, because oftentimes you can only post once, maybe twice a day, and that will take maybe, I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hours max for both videos. But after you post a video, it's still a ton of just waiting and seeing to see what video is going to go viral, how this video is doing, thinking of new creative concepts. You're honestly just waiting a lot of the time for the algorithm to serve your video out to the viewers. Then you have to go back to the drawing board and see what else you can do. You really can't put that much more time into doing organic social media marketing. Now, if you want to do paid ads, same thing. A lot of time is spent, setting up the budget and then waiting for the algorithm to burn your budget in their system. And then once it burns your budget, you need to wait a couple of days to receive some signal, see how the ads are performing, then retweak certain creative, certain messaging, certain targeting, and you're back at it doing it, waiting a couple of days again. So as you can see, there's a lot more wait and see involved in the early stages of building a business. Putting in more time in the early stages of a business will not necessarily lead to greater output. Now, the next reason why you shouldn't quit your day job to go out and build your own SaaS product is the fact that when you're quitting unnecessarily, it's really hard to focus on long-term value for your product, and instead you're going to be focused a lot more on the short term instead. Because quitting your day job immediately makes you strapped for cash because you lose your steady income, and instead of being in thriving mode, you're going to be in surviving mode, in my opinion. And this could lead you to offer certain deals or make certain business decisions that can benefit you in the short term with a little bit of quick cash infusion, but it'll probably hurt you in the long run. You're essentially taking away money that you could be reinvesting into your business to instead pay for food and pay for your housing and just to survive in this world. I think the early 2000s had the great image of like the broke founder who paid himself nothing, and then eventually their business was successful and now they're multi-billionaires. But I think that narrative is changing a lot, and even in the VC funding space, a lot of people are saying, in my opinion at least, and in the circles that I'm in, a lot of them are saying, hey, just like pay yourself an actual livable salary, like 120, 150K, more than enough to just cover your daily expenses, because the best way to have better clarity and make better decisions for your business is by having a better clarity and a healthy home life instead to supplement you. So I really don't think that putting that unnecessary stress of no money, no income, trying to put food on the table and survive is going to help you be a better entrepreneur. Just my 2 cents. Have your home life and stability covered so you can take bigger swings and bigger risks on your business. Now, I know some people are going to watch this video and say, oh, that's lucky for you to say, but my day job is so demanding. It takes me so much time. I'm so tired and so fried at the end of the day. I have no time to market. I have no time to build. I have no energy to do that after a full workday. Now, I hear you on that, but here are 2 counterpoints to that. Number 1, honestly, I'm a firm believer that if you want it bad enough, you truly want to be an entrepreneur and be a startup founder, you will find time for that if you want it that bad. I do think that the vast majority of people that say they want to be a founder, they want to be an entrepreneur, they like the idea of being a founder, they like the idea of being an entrepreneur. When push comes to shove and shit gets really hard, they actually really don't want to be a founder, or they don't want to be a builder. And I think that the people that really want to be a founder, entrepreneur, builder, they are going to make time for that. Same thing as going to the gym. If you want it badly enough, you will make time for it. But I also realize that there are truly people that are working in jobs that are so truly demanding that they actually don't have time to do so. And in that front, I would say quit your super demanding job and instead try to find a more chill, relaxing job that you can coast at. Maybe try to find some freelancing gigs lined up instead so you can still work, have a little bit of income, probably at a reduced rate of income, but also at a reduced workload so you have more time to still build and try to market and grow your business or your product. Those are a couple of my thoughts on why 99% of developers out there should not be going all in, quitting their day job and putting that unnecessary stress on their lives and trying to build a business. Building a business is already so hard by default. There's no real good reason, in my opinion, for you to try to do that on even harder mode. If you really do decide to quit your day job, make sure that you have a lot of financial savings that you can lean on or some way to make some money, because I think that it's going to benefit you much more in the long run of your business than going all in and stressing out about surviving, paying for housing, and paying for food. So that's at least my 2 cents over the past 3 to 4 years of building my own SaaS products on the side while working a full-time job. Absolutely no regrets, and I really think it's the best path forward for the vast majority of developers, builders, and founders. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. Thanks for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.